is a middle name that I hate, so thank you. If it makes you feel, I didn't pick it. My mom did, and I will love her forever for that. I'm from Alabama originally. Yeah, when you said you were from Mississippi, and you talking about chitlins. I was like, oh, they are terrible. They're shit. They're the worst. They're the absolute worst. You're 100% correct.
Hot sauce tastes better.
No, it doesn't, because you're just putting hot sauce on shit. Like, literally. Like, so, you know what? I had a whole bunch of stuff planned. You derailed it. Here's what happens with chitlins, just in case you don't know. Does anyone not know what a chitlin is? I'm about to educate a lot of people.
Tell them, man.
So a chitlin, so you take a pig, right? And also, by the way, head cheese. Let's start with head cheese. You take a pig. And what you do is you take a pig and you think, you know what, I got to eat this pig. And then you decide that you're going to eat every single piece of that pig. So you grab the head, you grind it up. I saw head cheese at Safeway yesterday. I actually almost bought head cheese and I had to stop because I remembered what it was. You grind up all the head of a pig and then you eat it with crackers. That's not what chitlins is though, that's head cheese. He loves it, of course. Chitlins is when you take the lower and I think the smaller intestines of a pig. You pull, yep, dog is correct in saying yes. I like the dog is a butcher. So you take like the smaller and lower intestines of a pig, and then you don't clean them because why would you? You put them inside of a pot, you boil them for a certain amount of time, it turns into a shit-smelling soup, and then you feed them to your loved ones. That's what chitlins is. But anyway, yeah, so stuff I prepared. So I'm from Alabama. I actually drove here from Alabama. It took me 3 days to get here. When I got here, I was like, you know what? I want to experience Seattle. I got here at night. So I drove into downtown Seattle. And the streets in Seattle feel like they were designed as part of a suicide pact that no one told me about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, like after you drive in traffic here, you just need a hug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, I'm almost certain that the only reason Seattle has therapists is because we have cars. It's the only reason. I will say this though, I do like some stuff about Seattle. So like I said, I'm from Alabama. One of the weirdest parts about being from Alabama is that like you realize that certain things that you grew up with that you think are normal really aren't that normal. Like, there's a city in Alabama that's pronounced, it's actually spelled M-O-B-I-L-E, and we all pronounce it Mobile. Some of you have heard of it, yeah. When I first got here, someone actually asked me, I said, oh, I'm from Alabama. I was like, oh, are you from Mobile? And then I spent 30 minutes just making fun of her for saying mobile correctly, because that is how you say the word. It was a terrible first date. But I realized at the moment that I was probably being probably the most Southern I'd ever been. That's pretty much what Southern people do. We see you do something extremely correct, and then we just make fun of you for it. Like when the Northerners were like, you know what, guys, black people shouldn't be slaves. Southerners were like, no, they should be. They should be.
That's the South.
That's so hard to get that laugh out. Oh my God.
That's the South.
When I moved here, my parents actually wanted, like, they gave me like a parent gift. You know how parents do. Like they were like, look, son, we're gonna give you this solar powered watch, so you'll always be on time. That's a parent thing to do, right? Yeah. So then I moved here. I brought it with me. Like a month after I moved here, my watch died. Yeah. I found it hanging in the closet, left the suicide note. Apparently, just got really fucking depressed. And if you're wondering what I think about Seattle, it's a depressing ass city. That's my suicide joke, by the way. I just wanted to make sure I cleared the quota.
Perfect.
Yeah, my watch killed itself. It just left me here by myself. I'm not brave enough. No, that's dark. So I like to smoke weed. Anyone else here like to smoke weed? Let's go to something lighter. Yeah, nice. I also like to watch Game of Thrones. Are we still in that same?
I've read the book.
Okay, we're there. I read the book, nice. So I like to smoke weed. I like Game of Thrones. I like to smoke weed while watching Game of Thrones. My favorite thing to do, because it's very stressful, is to get super, super duper high and then watch Game of Thrones and not know what happened. It's great. You should all do it. But in that like thought pattern, I thought of Game of Thrones weed strains. So here are the names of Game of Thrones weed strains. I do need to set this up. We're going to start off real basic, bitch, and I'm sorry for that. Super simple. We'll work our way up. If you've actually read or seen any of the Game of Thrones TV shows, this will make sense to you. If you haven't, I'm not sorry. Fuck yourselves. You should go watch this shit. So we'll start off super basic. Super basic. Dragon's ass. Very basic. I took out 2 letters. It's super easy. Don't laugh for it. Don't applaud. Next one. A little bit simpler. Actually, a little bit easy. A little bit harder. King token, first of his flame. Yeah, see? He gets it. Right there. Like, Next one. I kind of have to do a hand gesture for this one for people to get it. But it's Prince Oberyn's fate. And I have to...
That.
Yeah, he got it. There we go. Yeah. Prince Oberyn's fate. Right.
Thought about that.
Oh, I wasn't playing when I said I got super duper high and watched Game of Thrones. Last one, and this one I think is probably the best one. It's A Weed Has No Name. Yeah, I like the appreciation I got for all those. Actually, that's awesome. I'm gonna open a weed shop, guys. The appreciation was great. Actually, I like to smoke weed because it makes really fun things it makes really fun things fun, but also makes really not fun things even more fun. My favorite thing to do when I smoke weed is actually to brush and floss my teeth. Anyone? Yeah? Wait, where? Does someone actually do that? This is awesome. I'm about to have a soul connection with somebody. This is fantastic. I love to do it. And in fact, I will say this. If you have never gotten high and brushed and flossed your teeth, you should. You know why? It's called dental hygiene, you guys. If you're not smoking, you're not doing it right. I'm glad you guys laughed at that because I told that joke to my dentist. He did not appreciate it. He also made me put my joint out. So, here's something else that I will say that I really do enjoy about weed. I like when I smoke weed and I offer it to other people. Sometimes they take it and they smoke it and then we have a fun conversation. But my favorite is when they say no and then give me a reason. So I'm trying to smoke. And they'll say, oh, no. Last time I got high, I fucked a monkey to prove that that's not where AIDS comes from. I'm good. You can just say no, bro. You can just say no. Nancy Reagan told us all of that. So I like jokes with parts. I did the Game of Thrones joke. I have another one. I'm going to do this joke with parts. Same deal. Starts off kind of basic. Work our way up. Here we go. Guy walked up to me. By the way, these are all going to sound a lot alike. Okay. Guy walked up to me, and he said, hey, man, I'm playing chess, not checkers. So I moved into the country next to him, amassed an army, went into his country, took over his country, and then the world, because I'm playing Risk. Okay, you get it. Second joke. Guy walked up to me, and he said, hey, man, I'm playing chess, not checkers. So I bought his land, tore down his house, built a hotel, charged him 3 times the rent, because I'm playing Monopoly. Okay, yeah. That was long. All right, here we go. Third one, and arguably the best. Guy walked up to me and said, hey, man, I'm playing chess, not checkers. So I hit him in the head with a pipe. So I'm playing Clue. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That last joke was about murder. That's all my board game humor, too. That's not all my board game humor. I have other board games. Actually, so I told that joke one time, and somebody came up to me and was like, hey, man, that joke's about murder. And I was like, yeah, why would you come tell me that in the dark after a show at night in front of my car? And then I just murdered him, so it was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. It's no,
like
there's no cops here, right?
I like how you breathed. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was just murder. All right. People die all the time. I was in Florida recently, and there's a law in Florida that says if someone threatens your life and you feel as if you are actually really in danger of dying, that you can defend yourself even if it means taking that person's life. Now, some people are against the law, some people are for it. I didn't really care either way until I went to Florida. And while Florida's not necessarily a threatening place, I mean, it is America's Australia. But while it's not a really threatening place, while I was in Florida, I got pulled over by not one, but 2 police officers at the same time in separate cars, because I'm that much of a threat apparently. And when they pulled me over, I have never felt more threatened in my life. And if you're wondering how the story ends, I can tell you honestly that I'm here and I'm alive. So that's a great fucking law.
Yeah.
That joke is also about murder.
And you know what? I just keep wow.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter. last joke I'll tell, then I'm gonna get out of here. You guys, I think we should depress our chicken. Yeah, I know you heard all these other jokes, and you're like, oh, this seems like a sensible guy. And then I got here, and you're like, oh no. I think we should depress our chickens. I actually want to start this concept farm. I'm going to start a farm. It'll have like free range for all the chickens to walk around, do whatever they want to do. There'll be little loudspeakers, and on the loudspeaker, it'll just be telling the chicken like legitimate truths, like no one cares about them. We all hate them. Who's your father? Callback.
Great call.
Just this is all the stuff that you don't need to hear in life. And then throughout the farm, there'll be little suicide booths. And then when the chickens have had enough, they can go into the little suicide booth and then end it all. And those are the chickens we're gonna eat. Now it's not gonna taste better. I feel like that's obvious, but I will say that I'm not doing this because it's gonna make better chicken or better food. That's ridiculous. It's not gonna be better. The reason we're doing this, guys, if we're gonna be 100% honest, is do you really want a chicken that lived his best life to end up one of 80 chickens in a 20-piece chicken McNugget? No. I'm Jay Jones. Y'all have a great night.